Just got back from a drive. Everything seemed okay, car running great, nothing unusual. But when I get home and popped up the hood, that's a coolant expansion tank, and that is empty. That is the coolant line from the engine, with a broken hose clamp. That is coolant that's been slowly seeping out over the past half hour or so. And there's some more, dripping out the bottom. If I'd been stuck in traffic a couple minutes longer, I probably would have overheated. But, lucky for me, the clamp failed, but the hose did not blow off. Crisis averted. New clamp, got the air out of the hose, and refilled the coolant. Let's hope nothing got damaged. Here's a closer look at the clamp that failed. Broke right at the edge of one of these slots where there's less metal. Discoloration here suggests that there must have been a crack, some corrosion to start with that eventually weakened this side. The remaining side here was not strong enough, and it failed. Kinda scary considering this clamp was only a year or two old. Now that the main problem's out of the way, time to address a secondary problem. This car has a coolant level sensor in the expansion tank here. You can just see the yellow and black wires right there. And this sensor apparently doesn't work, because I never got a warning light, even though this expansion tank was bone dry by the time I got home. Here's the inside of the newly drained coolant expansion tank. Right down here on the right is the float assembly. Float is at the bottom, and so that should be indicating that I'm low on coolant. I wonder if that warning light's going to come on. First thing to check, does the warning light itself work? Yep, right there, low coolant. See if it comes on when I start it. Nope. No warning light. Just the park brake and the open tailgate. But no coolant warning. Propped up the float with a bit of steel wire. And you can see down there where the switch is supposed to be, there's quite a bit of gunk. So I think that might be our problem. As far as I know, this is the original expansion tank that came with the car in 1998. Over the life of the vehicle, it's got quite a bit of sediment collected at the bottom, which is probably why this switch isn't working right anymore. Here is the sensor unit itself. 2-wire. I believe it's magnetic. The float slides up and down, and when it gets low it's supposed to connect or disconnect, I'm not sure. But when I connect it to the meter, let's see. Just sitting here in the free air, open circuit. Put back in the tank, connected to the meter, open circuit, floats at the bottom, floats at the top, no change. I think the sensor probe is shot. Let's measure the voltage on the plug when the engine turns on. Looks like battery voltage when the engine's turned on. To start with, took a little 8 watt 1K resistor, shorted across the switch. Nope, not enough pull down. Now for 120 ohms. Now we're getting somewhere. Look at that. The low coolant light is lit. Partially at least. I think I know how this circuit works. System's much simpler than I imagined. Power goes through the switch to the instrument cluster and turns on the warning light. When the switch is open, the light doesn't come on. When the switch is closed because the coolant's low, you have a warning light. So, Now just connected this directly, shorting across as if the switch is closed. You should have warning light now. Just as I suspected, sensor is shot. Everything else appears to work.